Awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful live AMA session here at Phoenix Holdings. Alex, your usual friendly host, as always. And I have the distinct pleasure to present to you guys Catcoin. But I'm not going to go into too many details right now. I'm actually going to give the floor to the team so they have the chance to introduce themselves. Whichever one of you guys wants to start, definitely give us a couple of words about yourself and the role that you have within Catcoin project.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Thanks for having us. We're excited to be here. My name is Jared. I'm known in the community of our Catcoin community as Mr. Purr. I'm also known as Mr. Plur. I came and was drawn into the Catcoin community by its core values, and so I think my story is maybe typical of the story of our members of our community, where I, maybe like a lot of you, have been trying to trade, buy, sell, work in crypto for a long time. I was one of the early adopters of Bitcoin 10, 12 years ago. I'm also one of the statistics for not having access to my Bitcoin. It's another story for another day. But essentially, I was looking for and about to start my own project to try to shine a light on the crypto space, because I think in the Binance space especially, it can be a little bit dark. And I kind of got fed up with what I was finding: a lot of pump and dump schemes, a lot of different trusting a lot of people, and just kind of getting burned a lot. And so I was starting to build my own coin, and I stumbled across this stray cat, I think is the story we will talk about in our community. And it was Catcoin, and it didn't have a developer that controlled the contract. It was renounced. And long story short, I came into the Catcoin community drawn in by essentially our 24/7 voice chat at the time, which we're pushing towards doing again. And just the camaraderie, the worldwide community of like-minded people who I feel like have come together to do good, to change things, and to build utility based on the core value of people, compassion, charity. And I'll say I'm a dad to my own family. I've got 6 kids, successful business entrepreneur. But like, why Catcoin? What drew me in? It's love of people, love of connection, and building utilities around the idea of compassion and charity. And I'm sure we can talk more about it, but that's a little bit about me. And I can't introduce myself without asking Charlie to hop on, because it was Charlie in that 24/7 hour voice chat who came in and drew me in through those ideals, those core values of integrity or bust, people power, community power, and just worldwide the feeling and sentiment that we all share of changing things and doing things that are good, and building utilities that are useful to our members and to the communities that we live in, based on our core value of charity, compassion, concern, and downright, of course, we don't want to forget our cats. And we've done things to where we're helping local um, local cat sanctuaries help save cats, because dogs get a lot of attention, and we love our dogs, we love our Doge, we love our Shibas. But cats often get neglected, and there's way too many cats being put down around the world. So one of our drives in our forefront charities is to focus on helping get those cats into good homes. We had a charity called Cats for Vets that we're still fine tuning, but we've raised over $15,000 to help cats in different sanctuaries. So
Great. So
that's a
let's
little bit about
talk
me, but I
about
have
this
to.
later. Great.
Yeah, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I'm excited. So let me turn the floor over. We'll start with Charlie, and then we'll go from there and go over to our other members. Mari.
Hey everybody, thanks Jarrett, and thank you guys for having us here. My name's Charlie. I've been in crypto for about a year and a half or so now. I got in before the crazy ride up. I started with Doge, and I found the community of Doge, and that's what really drew me into crypto. So this whole time of me being in this space, as Jarrett was saying, I've been trying to fill that void, right? Pretty much trying to find that community that felt similar. There was a lot of communities that would feel that way, but then they would just dissipate, fall away, create a new coin, or move on to something different. and myself as well, I was getting tired of just investing money in the hopes that it's actually going to be something in the future, something productive, something that's going to actually change what we have existing today. Um, I found Catcoin through an article. I read the article, and I had like $30 left or something like that in BNB in my wallet, and I was like, you know what? I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna stick with Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the main coins, not in the DeFi space. So Catcoin was basically my last hope, the last straw. If it didn't work, if I you know, whatever happened, I was gonna call it quits. So I bought into it with the $30. I sat back a little bit, listening to the conversations in the voice chat, listening to what people were talking about, where people's mindsets were. And then I realized that there was no team behind this project. So I said to myself, there's no shady developer that can screw us over. We have something here that is gold in this space. So we just stepped up, man, and started going for it and doing everything necessary. And touching back on to Jared, because he's like my twin brother in a way there. Charity, human relation, respect, integrity. These are the goals that we live by. These are what we're trying to bring to this space because there's not a lot of it in this space. A lot of people talk a good game, but when it's time to come for the utility or whatever they've been talking good about for all these months or so, it never comes around. You know, it's always this or some other thing. So for us in our way, we want to change this space for the better. We want to change it for what it's meant to be. And that's like this is crypto. So we're trying to create our own way of being able to trade and not have to use the currencies that we have, but also to touch into the people's lives around the world. Like crypto can connect the world, literally. It connects the world. I talk to people from all over, you know, Africa, wherever somebody's from, and they're in the crypto, they're on here. So you can relate with people from around the world where anywhere else you would never get this chance to. You can never really get this up close and personal with somebody from Nigeria or, you know, to find out what it's like in their everyday home life. So for us, for me anyway, that's what we want to change. We want to help those people that are struggling. We want to help the cats, the animals, definitely, because like Jared said, I believe cats are the most euthanized animal. They don't get enough love and they are so cute. Like who doesn't love cats, right? I have cats myself. So once, like I said, once I found out, I'm gonna stop now, but once I found out about Catcoin, I just dove all in and realized that anybody can just dive in, put in the work, and move up because it's all about what you put in, the efforts that you put in. Nobody's getting paid for volunteer. We bought into the project with the hopes of it being something. We found out that it was a whole lot more than what we've expected. And we've just been building, growing. Yeah, I don't want to take too much time, but yep, that's a little bit on me and my journey through this process.
All right, Mari, you're up.
Thank you, guys. I'm Maury, and I really love creating things that matter. And I was looking for a project with impact, with a nice idea, with people on board that really want to push hard. And I first came to Catcoin in February, and I saw this crazy community, and it was really hyped, and we went to an all-time high of 70 million before Putin decided to dump, but we will talk about this later. So I applied at the core team. I told them I'm quite of experience in the crypto scene, and I really want to support this project, support this team. And I'm one of 14 people from all over the world. We have people from the UK, from the Netherlands, two from the US. We've got a Romanian very talented graphic designer. We have two marketing guys from Blockchain Brothers on board. We have Adam that will also join our group here, who's a very, very experienced in this field. And I'm supporting the core team, especially in marketing, in the marketing moves. At this moment, we are getting in new people, new talents, and to really enjoy working with different talents, different international people. And what I want to mention here is we have a very, very strong Wales group of more than 60 people that are very committed to this project, that allowed us to survive the bear market of the last weeks very, very strong. We've got a very stable floor over the last weeks. And right now we are preparing 2 bigger moves that we can discuss later. And that's it from me, from a short introduction. I'm very happy when Adam comes here to contribute a little bit more. He's very experienced, maybe ISO. He's also from the core team. Maybe he can introduce himself if he's available at the moment.
Yeah, if you'll unmute ISO, and ISO, if you want to speak up, feel free. But I just want to quickly, just to kind of circle it all together. So one of our powerful strengths and utilities, I call it a utility, is the idea and the fact that we're a community of volunteers. And so our core team, the directors of the project, are 16 members strong. And like Mario was saying, you know, we have skill sets that I couldn't pay money to find, right, in my own personal project. And then we have this Wells group where our Wells we're getting to know them more and more. And we're a worldwide conglomerate of talent. And we're all here with the same desire and passion. So we may have 16 core members, but we have an additional 60, I think it's 61, I think you said, members who, at least at this point, I know half of them now around the world with their talents, from artificial intelligence experts to marketing to you name it. We've got the talent there. And so it's really fun for me as a business. I'm a successful business entrepreneur. We have other people in our core group. And it doesn't matter that if you've made millions and lost millions like I have in my personal career and life, or you're just coming with a small bag. That's the idea of this community meme coin, Catcoin, is coming together, making it happen, and building utilities that benefit our members and the communities that they live in. And it's super fun, super exciting. I'm sure we're going to get into a little more details, but yeah, thank you again for having us here. And it's super fun. I hope we get to detail out a little bit more as we go through this AMA.
Definitely, my man. Definitely. First,
Alex,
sorry to step in. Yeah.
Just to repeat again, we have one more core team members here, which is ISO. He just raised his hand. Maybe he wants also to say something. Maybe just get him into the AMA. It's ISO.
I'm here, man. Relax. I'm already in.
ISO.
Hey, what's up, guys? ISO here, Blockchain Brothers. Man, it's been a while since I've been in these AMAs. I have to be honest. You know, we've been, as some of you know, overloaded with several projects that we're incubating, helping. But obviously, Catcoin is I'm not gonna say where it all started, but Catcoin is definitely in our heart, because I completely sort of let go from my marketing firm along with Dane, just to help Catcoin. But yeah, it's been a crazy roller coaster with the community, with the people involved. We say we have a core team. I don't think we have a hybrid core team. How many members came and went? A lot, right? So it's been a beautiful journey, and I honestly have high beliefs in this project. At this stage, I think we are really still focusing on development right now, right? We have a hybrid hybrid DAO in development, hopefully ready in a couple of weeks. So that's one thing we're really looking forward to. So the community we actually really have, a tokenized say in this project. So yeah, we're also getting the word out on several places. We're still in touch with influencers. So yeah, it's a great journey, and this Catcoin community has always been awesome and still has a special place in my heart, man. It's it's, you know, I have nothing bad to say about this team, about the community, um, and yeah, this journey will still be very fruitful. People tend to look, at one thing. I'm hearing people bring up Catcoin. It's like, oh shit, I remember Catcoin. This was the coin that pushed up to like 70 million market cap and then went down. And then, yeah, there's one issue. That was a V1 contract that we did not control, and that was eventually manipulated by some people. So we had to do a migration with a V2 contract it where we have a little bit of control. We can change some taxes. That's one of the things, but it's safer because it's all connected to a multi-sig wallet, so it needs more people to you know to make some changes. And also on the first contract, we did not have any marketing funds. Everything came from donations, and right now, actually, we have a marketing wallet, so we are able to invest money in marketing moves. But as you all know, and especially to me as a marketeer, it's tough in this space. You have to be really creative in your marketing. Everybody's shouting, KuCoin ads, DexTools ads. Let's go DexTools trending. Let's it's all those basic moves, and the space is changing, and investors are getting smarter. Investors are also changing, so it's all about adaptation, and I believe we are slowly working towards that. Um, as you can see, the projects is pretty established. If you see what we already have done, the exchanges we have landed, we've been into crypto events. We're on the crypto magazine, like a physical magazine, the first one. There's so many things we've achieved already, and there's more to come. That's all I want to say for now.
If you'll real quick unmute Adam, he's here. I'd like to say hi.
Definitely, Adam. You have the floor, my man.
Thank you very much, and my apologies for joining in late here. Unfortunately, I got slightly stuck in traffic, so I was delayed in joining, but thank you for having us.
Definitely, Adam. Not even a concern, my man. We were just actually at the beginning with the introduction, so I think the timing was impeccable. So the traffic actually played a key part within you joining at the proper moment. I want to thank the team for taking the time to introduce themselves to each and every one of you guys. It seems like you have the let's say the core foundation to make this work. And from my side, before we actually step in and dive right into the project, I just want to say one thing: people should not focus on face value. Face value, in my opinion, meaning that definitely, probably you heard about Catcoin. It went up, it went down, something happened. This is a V2. People are reluctant on relaunches. It's all about when a token is relaunching. If it's the same team, then it could be problematic. I'm gonna be bold and state that right now. Once a different team, a different connection, a different marketing strategy, different advisors, the whole perception changes. Everything is different, so definitely room to grow. If we were to look right now strictly at your chart, and taking into consideration the fact that we are in a bear market, you guys actually are keeping up more than expected according to the market conditions. So that's as a start. Whatever I wanted to mention at the beginning was pretty much summed up by you guys and also by this comment. So now to dive in straight into the project, let's actually try and to kind of explain to the people what is Catcoin, what are its utilities, and what are your plans. How do you envision this project for the mid to long term perspective? Whichever one of you guys wants to tackle that subject, I'm okay either way.
I think I'll actually take that one if that's okay with the rest of the team. So Catcoin is at the heart a meme token, but it is a meme token with heart. And the first, and for me, one of the most important utilities is what we're doing for the community. We have built a community that we engage with directly, we spend time with, we have fantastic AMAs and just chill out time. We even have a 24/7 YouTube channel, which is just giving some chill out music to try and help people relax and just feel the vibe, because we want people to be happy and to be safe. And to do that, we share information about how to come into the crypto space, engage in it in a safe and secure environment, and we try and help people avoid those scams that exist out there. So we do like to give a safe space. On top of that, we're doing some charity work, and Charlie will speak in just a moment about some of the things we're going to be doing with helping shelters around the world, but we're starting off in the US to improve their facilities. And we're doing that obviously out of our own pockets. And we're using community members that might not be the most technical, but they've certainly got skills and they can make a change in the real world. On top of that, as Iso mentioned earlier, we have the DAO, which is almost ready. And that means that all of the big decisions can be made by the holders and based on the number of tokens you're holding, as well as some of the NFTs, bringing utility to things that we've already released and have gone really well so far. So we have the community, we have the charity, and we've already adopted cats all over the place. We've got a few in India, and we've got a few in different locations. We've got the shelters coming up. We have the DAO. We've got the NFTs, and they have a use case now. We've got some things coming up that we're not talking about just yet, but there's certainly a lot of fun, and the NFTs will eventually be part of that as well. And on top of that, we're going to have a bridge to ETH 2.0. We don't want to do it too early. We don't want to do it on ETH 1, where there'll be a fragment and there could be confusion on which blockchain is which. We want to do it on 2.0, so it's really easy for our investors, because a lot of people coming into Catcoin, coming into meme coins in general, are very, very new to the crypto space, and we like to educate and keep them safe. Our core values at Catcoin are integrity, honesty, and transparency, and we strive for that all the way through. I hope that answered your question, but I would invite Charlie to give us some more information around the charity work that we're going to be doing on upgrading the shelters around the States and where we're going to start with that.
Hey guys, it's me again. Yeah, so for me, I have more of a construction background than technical background. I've been working in construction since I was 16 years old. I'm 36 now. So I have a lot of years and experience in this field. So I was sitting here trying to figure out how I can apply my skill of building with a lot of other members that are in this community have this skill as well. A lot of us are your everyday plumber, electrician, construction worker. How can we bring this all together and use our talents for something really good? So we came up with an idea of doing a shelter remodel video where we're gonna make the video more for like a promotional, but it's also for other shelters to see it and then submit a video onto why the community should choose their shelter for a remodel. We're gonna go. We already have a location picked out in Chicago. It's gonna be me, Jarrett, and two other amazing members from this community. We're gonna be meeting up in their hometown, and we're going to do the work for this shelter. Anything that they might need, like leaking faucets to paint, to maybe a floorboard's loose, or anything that they might need, even some cleaning to be done, the lawn mowed, anything in that way that we can go and provide a service for out of our own time and out of our own pocket to help them. That's what we're going to do. And it's just starting here, and we're going to be setting up different contracting groups from around the world to where now we can have different groups of people that can travel to these locations. So that's just one step.
And this isn't just something that's going to happen and nobody sees it. We're talking, people are going to know when Catcoin comes to a community, it's going to be fun, edutainment, education and entertainment, and charity. And we're building some, I can't give too many details to the secret sauce, some cool utilities to help structure this and put it to place, and really just take the social media by the horns and utilize that with the talent that we have, including what Charlie said, some talented construction members in our worldwide group, and that's the fun part for me as the business side of a Catcoin member, is being able to see so much talent and formalizing actual business plans. I mean, can you imagine the world looking at Catcoin like, wow, Catcoin has this, and this, and they're viable business plans. And so super exciting, but behind the charity is actual business plans to utilize that and to have fun and use it on our social media platforms and do different things with it. So well said, Charlie.
Thank you, Jared. Thanks for stepping in here.
It definitely, first of all, thank you, Charlie, and thank you, Jared, as well. It does make sense. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. One of my first investments ever in the crypto space, I started about 2 years ago. One of my first investments was a charity project. I'm not going to give the name because it's not relevant, but still, what I want to say is that most of them after that, or probably that was the, let's say, the meta back then, most of them promised the world, we're going to do this, we're going to help turtles or frogs or cats or dogs or whatever. But looking back, and we actually went through a bull market, maybe not a full bull market, but still, none of them actually raised to their promises. Now you guys are developing so many things, and we're talking about real life, not only real life utility for the token, real life utility, as in tangible things. And this is what I want to touch bases a bit. If you guys can pretty much like share to me, you mentioned that you're starting with the shelters in the States, if I understood correctly. How is that going so far? And I mean, in terms of a budget, how are you guys raising the money, or where do you have the money to sustain this? Are you actually diving into your own pockets, or a bit of walk us through a bit on that, because it's quite interesting in my perspective.
Thank you very much. And to start off with, we've already helped a shelter called Mostly Mutts. We've given them, I think it was around $4,000, but I'll have someone else confirm if it was 4 or 5. We did a week's worth of all the tax went to the charity fund, and that was the initial way of raising some of the funds out of the community and out of the project. And of course, we're going to continue to do that as we spend the funds. When it came to the initial adopting of cats, so the cats I talk about in India, one of them was just badly injured, and it was a few £100 worth of looking after that cat for a year. The other one needed some operations. It was actually a cat that was heavily pregnant, and they were trying to save the kittens as well. And that was something that I personally put some money towards. And it could have come through the marketing, but at the time we were doing donations because we were still on the version 1 contract. That became quite expensive, but we have that cat in a new house, and there's been others over literally globally, because of course we are a global community. The project that we're working on for the renovations, we're in the discussion stages right now, making sure we've got the dates right, making sure that we've got everything that they need. So we take the right materials, we get things delivered that need to be delivered, and we are going to do a little bit of a video. I don't know if you've ever seen something called Extreme Makeovers, but we're going to do an Extreme Makeover cat shelter edition, and it doesn't matter if it's cats and dogs or just cats. We want to support them, we want to make a real difference and help these people that sometimes they're just putting food in a bowl, and they really don't have the best facilities. Well, we can make that difference. We're going to keep doing it in this bear market, and we can only do it because we have such a fantastic community of professionals who are appropriately insured. And what we're funding as a community is the materials and expenses. We're not necessarily paying for their time. Where we have to, that's fine. And where we need to bring in Sparky, we'll fund that and we will look after it. But everyone in our community cares about making the maximum return for our investments, making the biggest difference possible for every single dollar, every single BNB that is actually being spent. We don't want to waste money like so many crypto projects do. I remember one charity token that managed to spend $80,000 on helping one animal. Now, that for me is a little bit wasteful, because in this particular case, $80,000 could have probably saved 1,000 or more. And they did one animal for that. We don't want to get caught up in the crypto, let's spend lots of money for absolutely anything. We really do care. And we have business leaders within our whales, within our core team, and we treat this community money like we would treat our business assets.
And just to back that up, just real quick, Adam, thank you. We do have an official nonprofit charity registered here in the States, kind of helping legitimize our actions. So yeah, we have had that opportunity to help a local shelter, and that's fun. We have some content that will be coming out from that as we work with them. But yeah, we do have that nonprofit set up.
Sorry, guys, I was actually talking on mute. I'm not sure what happened. Probably a technical error. I mean, as a start, and I think I've said this already, but I wanna say that I'm amazed, but by the actions that you guys are taking. When it comes to real tangible features, I think you kind of covered. I mean, most of your startup, because again, you're at an incipient stage as far as I'm concerned. Although on the crypto side, definitely the project has a history, but by doing what you guys are doing right now, by taking the proper actions and by expanding in the proper ways, I think you have what it takes to pretty much get everything annulled that happened in the past. So I mean, in terms of history, you guys are creating it right now as we speak, as far as I'm concerned. um I mean, going back into the crypto side of the project, so that our audience, almost 100 people are right now in. So yeah, first of all, thanks everybody for joining and for being here with us. Let's talk a bit about how you guys envisioned, because again, as I've mentioned, things changed once you guys took over the full project. So maybe let's talk a bit about the tokenomics and taxes to understand how did you guys make do on the sustainable side. Whichever one of you guys wants to tackle that side for us a bit.
So again, I'll probably handle the tokenomics. So when we migrated, we came onto a new contract with taxes slightly above where we were before. So we still have 2% buy and 2% sell, which are reflections. Eventually, these will be taken away, and instead we'll be doing staking. And again, that's a utility I didn't mention earlier. Excuse my voice. I didn't mention earlier, but that is also ready to roll out very, very soon. And the reason we're going to move on to staking is because it's slightly easier on regulation. The US and the UK and a couple of other places in Europe are starting to look at reflection tokens, and they're not being overly positive in what it looks like they're planning to do as far as legislation is concerned. So we're keeping a very close eye on that. We don't want our investors to end up in trouble. Then we have the marketing tax, which is 2% either side. And we have additionally on the sell side, we have a development which is paying for the DAO, which is paying for the bridge and everything else. And again, this will be reduced in time or removed completely. And finally, we have our liquidity. And that's helped us build a very nice liquidity. and makes the token even more stable. So one of the things that we had when we hit our 70 million, and unfortunately the Ukraine war started, which took us back down and basically started the bear market. When that happened, our liquidity wasn't fantastic on the old contract. On the new contract, if you look at the liquidity, it's really healthy. We're aiming to get it up to around 10%. And then, of course, we'll turn that off for a little while. When we're a much larger market cap, we'll add it back on until we're at a more stable liquidity pool for the market cap. So we're being very careful with our tokenomics. So right now, excuse me, sorry about that. So right now we're on a 5 buy 6 sell, but as I say, our taxes are going to reduce, not increase.
Awesome. Thank you for the explanation in depth, Adam. I'm actually looking at the white paper right now, not to verify what you're stating, but I wanted to add on the utility side that you guys presented so far, and this is the next part that I'm going to probably tackle. We spoke about the charities, we spoke about the staking. You just introduced that right now. The bridge to ETH 2.0, we briefly covered that. Before we go into the roadmap discussion, can you tell us more about the NFTs? Are they still mintable? Can we still obtain them? Other than trading them on a secondary marketplace? And what are the utilities of those particular NFTs? If you can cover that in a couple of words for us, for sure.
Of course. Well, the NFTs are not mintable right now because both version 1 and version 2 NFTs sold out really quickly. One group sold out in a matter of minutes and the other sold out in an hour. They are tradable and you can get them on Tofu NFT, which is one of our partners. Tofu is a fantastic NFT marketplace. It's not as well known as some, but it's a very safe, secure space. And of course, you can tell that it's a Catcoin legitimate NFT because it will have a blue tick. Just means that it's verified as being on that contract, and it's not one someone's just pulled the image and tried to pass it off as legitimate. We're all about keeping people safe and secure. The NFTs will be used for the DAO, and the other super secret NFT use case is something that we are working on. It's going to be coming towards the end of this year, start of next year, but I'm not allowed to drop secrets. And I can see you trying to tempt me there, Alex, but I got in trouble on a previous AMA for almost telling people.
One can only try, Adam. One can only try. What can I say? Again, every question that I ask, I definitely respect you guys. Either if you can answer it, the more the better. If you cannot, me and I speak for the community, we definitely understand. Maybe some things are under NDAs, some things cannot be disclosed. It doesn't even matter. We're gonna take what we can get for sure. The next question that I want to ask you guys right now, and this comes as a big incentive towards everybody. Can you tell us more about? Because I think Jared mentioned this at the beginning. The DAO is almost done. Give us a couple of words. How will this function? Because in terms of a fully functional DAO with all of its concepts, I have only seen one. I'm not gonna mention the name. Doesn't even matter. But I've only seen one. So how are you guys gonna make this function? And how'd you guys thought about it?
So obviously we could go for a full decentralized autonomous organization, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting up those big decisions. Do we go for a exchange at this value? Do we go for an exchange at this value? And of course, NDAs make things very, very difficult around that. And the voting will be done by going on, connecting your wallet, staking your tokens for the vote, making your vote, and then the system will calculate those and you'll be able to collect your tokens back afterwards. So this is literally how you'll be voting. We did also look at just doing it based on the wallet transaction size at the time, and you just authorizing your wallet. And we may go for that rather than requiring staking, certainly for um, very quick vote. We will be providing each vote with an ID exactly as you would expect. So if you look at the Helium system for a DAO, it's not dissimilar to the way that they've rolled it out. Is it a complete, absolutely everything is automatic, everything is smart contracted, so it's automatically done by the vote? No, there's still going to be human interaction from the team. But we're going to be able to take all of the key decisions out to everyone. Long term, I would love to automate it, to literally put everything in a contract. And if you vote for exchange value 1 or 2, depending on what comes, the smart contract goes off, makes the deal, contacts or closes it with the exchanges, but they are really, really hard and expensive to run when it comes to dealing with third parties. And most of our decisions at the moment are partnerships, are expenditure, are real world activity. And of course, for those elements, we can't do everything on the blockchain quite yet. We will one day hopefully have our own chain, and that will make things a little bit easier in these, but that's a very far reaching hope.
But still, I mean, it's being shared towards us in a transparent way, and I can only appreciate that. So far, and again, I think I speak for the community. The way that you guys are putting things into perspective is just brilliant, because you're not coming here to kind of share with us. Listen, the guys that were before affiliated with the contract or other projects similar to us did this. We're gonna do better. We're gonna do 50x, 100x. No, you guys are simply here to. I mean, we're not treating you guys as salesmen. We're treating you guys as, pure developers of a concept that you love. And I don't think there's a better way of putting things into perspective than what you guys did so far. I'm really impressed. You guys, I mean, you kind of left me speechless at some point. I had to check my notes. I haven't done that in quite some time, just to make sure that I keep on track and I don't digress. Definitely, Adam, I can honestly say, and I congratulate all of you guys for this, but I can feel the passion that you put into the project. So yeah,
It's
I'm
really
amazed,
funny
my man.
because this community is like nothing I've ever come across. The passion, the energy, the engagement, and everyone on the core team, myself included, we're all volunteers. We're doing this for love. We're doing this to help out. We're quite often spending money out of pocket because we see the marketing funds needed for other things. But the energy of our community, the passion, the willingness to help each other, the voice chats that they have, the people going onto video and just hanging out and chilling. I have never known a more passionate and friendlier community. We have a member of the community who always bands about the idea of banning people, and he's really funny and we love him, but even that element, it's jovial, it's fun, and just come and hang in our Telegram. I think you'll find it very, very different. It's not a place full of FUD, it's not a place full of hate. It's a place full of people showing respect for each other and caring about a project. And it's not all about the chart. Yes, the chart's important. Yes, we want people to achieve financial independence and financial freedom, but we also want people to engage in the community and help each other out. And every single member of our community, whether they hold 100 cats or 10 trillion cats, they're all important to us. And we really do love them and treat them like a family.
I can honestly feel that, my man. It's definitely a wonderful pleasure to be able to speak with people like you. As I've planned from the beginning, this is an entertaining conversation, and I really love what I'm hearing so far. Let's, I mean, and probably this is gonna be one of my last questions, if not the last one, before we go into some of the community ones. And I'm sure, yeah, they're starting to pile up already. Um similar to myself, people are getting a lot of interest in this. I'm getting a lot of DMs with people wanted me to answer their questions or to be on the spot when they raise their hands. What I want to understand, and this comes into close connection with the project and with the development stages. If you can talk a bit about your roadmap, uh, and I'm not going to be interested in everything that you did so far. What were the most important, maybe one or two things that you did accomplish so far from the roadmap? Everything is important for sure, but maybe if you wanna underline one or two, and then what should we be looking forward as major features or major upcoming news in regards to the project, be it from now in half a year, 1 year, whatever you feel comfortable with. Definitely, we're going to take that.
Thank you. Well, I think the most interesting thing was going on to the V2 contract. That was really difficult moment because, of course, the V1 contract had been renounced and we had to drain the liquidity. And this was really weird. So we created the contract, we've tested everything, we've made absolutely sure everything's working, we've deployed it on mainnet, not just testnet, and we're really happy. So we now have a lot of tokens, well in excess of what we need to drain liquidity from version 1. And we have notified everyone, we've warned everyone, we've taken the snapshots, we've double checked them, and we start to drain down that liquidity. And there were some bots, front-running bots on that contract. So you're kind of battling with them as you're trying to drain down this liquidity. And it was really weird because although it was great fun and it was a really intense moment, there's the whole core team around and we're basically doing a rug, for want of a better term, on a project that we love. So it gives you mixed emotions, but we're trying to put that into the new contract, which we did. We matched it all. And then the admin that comes afterwards of people double checking, did they get the right reflections? People worried that they didn't get an airdrop, or they did get an airdrop and they think it's the wrong value. And just going through everything, was there a problem with BSC scan? Did someone make a mistake? Was it on a mistake? Dealing with all the exchanges, making sure they've done the migration correctly. It was a huge challenge, but it was really important because it got us where we are today and stable. And I think the next thing on the roadmap that we were really key, we really wanted to deliver and deliver well, was the exchange growth. And we did that, we got through that, we got through the volumes, and we're still working with exchanges. We've got some exchanges that we will be onboarding when the time's right, because of course you don't want to make big marketing splashes, take on exchanges in the middle of a bear market and have no effect. You always want to make the biggest difference for your end users. But for me, the DAO is so important because we're all about accountability, accessibility, yes, and we just need to be able to show to everyone we're transparent and you're part of these decisions. And having the DAO there is no doubt. No one can say I didn't have a voice, or I missed that vote in Telegram, or I didn't get an option to put my voice into this. And this is a community token. So for me, the DAO is so important. But the most fun are the things that we've got planned in the further out that we're currently working on that are going to be so entertaining. And of course, the ability for people to chill. I think Jared can talk about our VCs and how we're evolving that whole thing better than anyone else.
Well, and just to add to what Adam's saying and to the question, what have we accomplished? I mean, look at this, and maybe I'm naive. I've been in crypto, excuse me, been in crypto for 5 years. There's that frog that never left. But what have we achieved? Look at this. We're a community, 100% volunteer community coin. And the fact that we've accomplished what we have with no rug pulls per se or scams or questionable things. Like I'm sitting back here and I love what you said, Alex, and I super appreciate the insights and how attentive you are to what we're talking about, because we are trying to paint a vision, and it's a vision that I don't think has happened ever in crypto. And that's why I think the passion is so powerful in our community, and why a father of 6 kids, super busy, has his businesses, is willing to, like Adam said, I basically ignored everything for 3 months straight, guys. And we'd literally be on the voice chat, falling asleep to, like you would to a child to some song. That's how powerful. And I think it draws and touches on one key principle that all of us humans have, and it's the goodness within us. And how do we take that goodness within us and build on top of this exciting world of crypto that gives power to the people? And I think, if you come to our voice chat, and in addition to the voice chat where Adam's talking about some fun, I'm going to call it edutainment, education, entertainment, different types of media that we're going to be putting out. One of them that we're starting is gaming and reaching out. So we're not just sitting here willy-nilly like, hey, let's try this, let's try this. We have, like Adam has mentioned, we have business people and experienced people behind the scenes, myself included, researching for free. Nobody's paying anybody. And that's what's so fun for me, to come to our well group and say, here's all we call them the Catcoin trillionaires, holding their coins because they believe in the vision. And what is that vision? It's changing things. It's making a difference in this crypto space, having fun while we do it and doing it right, to become, Catcoin is going to become, I won't give too much secret sauce away, the social media platform for crypto. That's the vision. And there's things in the works that are going to push us towards that social media platform for crypto.
Jared,
am I giving away too much?
Secrets. We're going to have to put back Jared on the naughty step at the moment.
But just to sum that up, the voice chat's so fun because we come in there and you'll hear the phrases all the time, and words are cheap. We always say trust the greed of the ego in our community, because I was there. I got into crypto because I had a lot of greed and I wanted to make it rich and I wanted to do a lot of good stuff, but I've had to come around and go back to those base principles that I've always had. And I lost hope in that until I found this community. I'm like, there they are. I'm not alone in this, right? And so on our voice chats, we talk about these things that are real. We're not just going to sit there and BS things and say, if you guys join us in 1 month, you're going to 10x. No, we're going to work towards that. And 100 million market cap is like the base goal, like conservatively for me personally. I'll put that out there. That's fun, but we're going to do it in a way that's right. And we're going to do it in a way that's changing lives. So when people come and invest in Catcoin, it's an investment for life. I was so sick and tired of going around to these coins, and I'll shut up in just a minute, putting it in and coming back in a week and it was rugged. Dang it. You listen to the pitch, you listen to the team. I have not touched my bag, and I bought in high, ladies and gentlemen. I bought really high because of what I hope you're hearing here, what you're seeing here with Catcoin. It's different. We are changing things, and it's fun. It's fun to come in here. And I'm lucky to be a core member because as a business person, I say this all the time in our voice chat. I can't pay money for the type of talents, insights, and education I'm getting every single day on those voice chats with our community. I can't hire enough people to receive what I'm receiving. So what do I want to do? I turn around, I just give back. And that's what's so cool about our community. And to wrap up what you're saying, what have we accomplished? We're a volunteer community, and we've accomplished so much already. Just the sheer fact of organizing a worldwide, cross-border, cross-language community has been phenomenal, and crazy amount of success in that. And so, yeah, come join our voice chat. It's fun. It's passionate. You learn, you grow, and we believe in second chances. We believe in compassion, and that principle and those core values is what's driving us and what's going to help us and make us succeed. We're not sitting here like, oh, if we succeed. No, we're going to succeed. And we always say this phrase in our community, in our core chats, is trust the process. This is the way to change crypto. And I'll leave you with that.
This is the way, my friend. So Just to answer Alex's question, in summary, we've achieved a massive amount. Everything from partnerships with Shopping.io to fantastic domain exchange listings to bringing up everything from catcoin.io, which is our site, the utilities we've delivered, the NFTs we've delivered, but most of all, we have achieved community. And we all think that the community is the most important element. And with a fantastic community and a bull run coming up in the future, we will show you the best way, the ethical way, and the passionate way to achieve great things both on the chart and in the real world.
I actually took a 1 minute pause to kind of make a statement. I'm speechless, my man. You guys have so much passion, and you bring so many things to the crypto space, to the community, to the social media, to so many aspects. Yeah, what is there to be said that hasn't been said already? Uh, yeah, I don't even know. uh, Once I make my ending statement, it's you guys will probably understand what I feel about the project, and you as people. You answered my questions with so much depth and so much insight that I'm looking at my notes, crossing things over. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, let's wrap it up. I have nothing else to say. I mean, these guys are you guys are putting me out of business. I mean, come on. Usually,
We
I'm gonna
certainly
be
wouldn't want to do that, Alex.
no, but I'm gonna be honest with you, my man. With every single project that I've hosted, quite a couple of them actually, at the end there's always a couple of questions that I have. Right now, the only thing, and again, this is pretty much a statement already made, is can we probably take some questions from the community so they put me out of my misery? Because I'm done, man. I mean, I'm just speechless.
Love it. Yes, please.
Awesome. So let's give someone the chance to get to talk to you guys, because it's been a crazy pleasure for me, my man, and I want others to feel this. Let's see, who should we take? A familiar face that I'm seeing right now, Jubenga, my man. Give us a question. Come on, save me, brother.
Hi, boss.
Cheers,
Thanks
brother.
for the
Cheers.
opportunity, man. Yeah, thanks you. I must comment that this is a great project, and I love the presentation. And I love one fact that the card coin project targets Africa, especially Nigeria, and which is actually a great project in Nigeria. But going through your website, I see that this project was launched November 2021 and it was renounced. And one of the main factors that affected the project then, you actually made mention of the capital, that is lack of fund. Now, in crypto space, you just have to think of your strengths, your weakness, and make use of the opportunity. My question will go on that fact. Now, with respect to financial issue, how have you been able to solve that problem now? What is the assurance given to the community that the one of the lapses that happened then will not happen now? And with respect to your liquidity, it's actually based on BNB and your reward as well. So, what are the things that you're gonna do that won't make the project face what it faced last time? In short.
Well, that's a great question. And the first thing is, we actually have the ability to invest in the project. We have the ability not to just ask you for donations. Now, of course, there's nothing we can do about a war going on and causing everything to tumble. But what we can do is we can keep the project alive. We can do the charity work. We can pay for our dance videos, which have all been absolutely fantastic. And we tend to target those in places like Nigeria, where the money makes a real difference to people and the talent is absolutely awesome. But what we're doing is we're locking the liquidity in. And if you have a look, the liquidity is constantly increasing and it's all being locked, and you can check that on team.finance, or you can check that on your favorite security application. We're locking it all for about 7 years, and we'll extend those locks if we need to. So you know that we won't end up in a situation where just someone taking out 1 trillion tokens causes the whole thing to collapse, because our liquidity is so much stronger. Can we stop people selling? No. And would we want to? No, because of course you have the right to buy, you have the right to sell, and the chart will do what the chart does. But if you build a community, you build loyalty, and you look after each other, people want to stay. And I just want to tell you very, very briefly, we had someone sell when we were sat at about the 20 million market cap, I think it was. I need to check my notes. And he was selling rubbish for his life. That's what he did. He was in somewhere, I think, near Brazil, and he collected rubbish. He took it for recycling and he made money that way. He managed to invest in Catcoin. He was selling out for about $1,000, and it was life-changing wealth for him. And he felt bad for the community that he was going to sell out. Now, it wouldn't have impacted the chart. In fact, it didn't. But him doing that, I'm still in touch with him. I gave him some more cats, and the fact is that he's been able to go to university or college, as it is, and actually learn some trade skills. Now, it's not what I would call a university or college, but for him, it means that he can learn a trade. It means that his kids can go to school and learn literacy and numeracy and everything else. And do you know what? I don't care about my entire bag for stories like that, because that makes a real difference in the world. And we won't have such massive problems. We've had much bigger sell-offs, and they've only caused 500,000 market cap difference. And that's good, and that's stable, and that's why we're building our liquidity. And I hope that answers your question without waffling too much.
Awesome. I like the fact that you actually look into this. Actually, that has been what I've been looking up to for you to actually say. Then lastly, from my end, I see the respect to the charity. I see you take the charity as something very important, which is actually very awesome, especially in Nigeria and Africa like this. But something just come to my mind. Now, this is crypto space where we talk about charity. We should talk about something concerning the world. Then now, what are the strategies you should be putting into your charity in such a way that some parts of the world that will be into your crypto, that will be into your project, will not feel cheated when it comes to charity? What are the partnerships you're making so that everybody will feel carried along your charity wallet? Everybody will be able to trace that, okay, the fund that entered the charity wallet is meant for charity, as it's called, as it's said to be, and people that will be partnership with respect to charity, so that some part of the region will not feel cheated or stuff like that.
You make an excellent point about that. And of course, anyone that is investing and they're on a week where we're using the funds for charity, they need to know it's going to charity. So we're working directly. First of all, our charity organization in the States is able to take the BNB, convert it into actual dollars and spend dollars. And of course, it's all IRS compliant. And wherever we operate in the world, we'll make sure that that is the case. But we're working directly with the rescue centers, with the shelters themselves. We're not giving to a NGO that may or may not spend it on high paid executives. We're actually taking it directly to the coalface. Now, at the end of the day, if we go and we fit up a beautiful place and make it fantastic, and it was a cat shelter on the day we did it, and then 2 days later they sell it and it becomes a hotel, we can't stop that. But I doubt it will happen, because they're very, very different organizations. But what we will do is make sure that we tell everybody, this is the money we spent, this is what we've done with it, and these are the outcomes. And we're going to, of course, want to advertise that. It may sound militant or otherwise, but we want to show the world what we've been doing. And that's part of the accountability. We spent £10,000 on this, but look, there's £40,000 worth of renovation, because our fantastic community worked on it. They gave their labor for free. And that's how you'll be assured that the charity money is going to the charities.
Awesome, perfect. Thanks for the opportunity, Alex. Best of luck to this project.
Definitely. Thank you a lot, Jabenga. Thanks to the team for pretty much taking the time to explain everything. Now I do want to say that for the sake of time, we will be moving towards the ending statements right now. But I advise everybody just strictly relying yourselves on the quality that these guys bring. Uh, I'm pretty sure they've had many more AMAs and they will continue to do so. Join their socials, join the Twitter, look at the chart because the chart is going to give you the exact information that you want to know about the volume that they're bringing and the traction. We're in a bear market right now. We got to face facts, and nothing is happening on the pump and dump chart. Uh, these guys bring it in a perfect way, in an organic way, if you ask me. This is just one of the things that I wanted to mention. Now, in regards to my particular ending statement for pretty much everybody, Jared, Adam, I think Acosti, I'm pretty sure I pronounced that correctly. I hope so. Charlie and Maury as well, and pretty much the other members of your team. Should there be more, I wanna be 100% honest with you. The fact of the matter is, this is probably the most relaxed AMA that I've ever had. You guys brought so many quality information. The pieces of the puzzle were put into perspective. I literally had so few activity. I just sat there and listened to you guys like a cool, relaxing documentary back in the Discovery days. This is the type of AMA that I enjoy. I enjoy listening to the information. It's quality information. I just read a bit through the white paper because you have so much experience and you kind of figured everything out. I was making some notes. I'm an old school guy, so I use pen and paper. I was making some notes. Okay, I'm gonna ask this. Then you guys were mentioning it, and I crossed it over. So I'm gonna ask about this, and again, Jared or Adam mentioned it, and I crossed it over. At the end of the AMA, I was like, okay, let's just wrap it up. I have nothing else to do. So this doesn't often happen to me. People know that I tend to talk a lot, but in this case, you guys actually you knocked it out of the park. So thank you for being transparent. Thank you for putting things into the proper way so that we understand what was done so far with the project. How did you guys come along? What did you change? What do you plan on changing? And what is the benefit of us being adopters into your project? That's my ending statement. I thank you, and I speak on behalf of the 90 to 100 people that joined us. Thanks for taking the time to present everything to us in the way that you did. And the floor is definitely back to you, gentlemen, to make your ending statement before we wrap up.
I'll just quickly say
we have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jared.
I'll just be brief because I can talk and talk. But if you ever need to de-stress, Alex, or anybody listening, come over to the VC. And I kid you not, if I'm having a bad day, I just have to go request a voice chat in the cat community, and I'm good. So come on over anytime and be taken care of and de-stress.
We are the perfect community for anyone to come and chill in. Now, Alex, I'm afraid that you probably don't know about a Catcoin tradition. We like to sign off all our AMAs with a proper Catcoin goodbye. So everyone from the core team or anyone that can speak and knows what I'm talking about, unmute your microphones and let's say goodbye to Alex and this wonderful community in the Catcoin way.
Meow.
Meow. Meow.
Jared's meow.
Jesus, that was lovely, my man. I have never heard anything like this. Jesus, come on, let's meow everybody in the chat. Come on.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
It's always good to get a good meow out.
Definitely, my man, definitely. Well, that's definitely been said. I thank you guys again for your patience, for putting things into perspective. I've joined the Telegram, and I will definitely try to be a part of the voice chats, strictly because definitely at some times you need to relax. To everybody that joined us, I would advise you guys to do the same. Join their Telegram, join their socials, document yourself. If this is the opportunity or the project that's up your niche, definitely make sure that you don't miss it. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Jared, Adam, Charlie, Maury, and Acosti, and to everybody from the team. Wishing you best of luck from Phoenix. Alex was the host. Hope everybody has a great rest of their day or evening. Bye to everybody for now.